Welcome to crochet class. How to tie a knot. Grab your tail of your yarn with your left hand, then the extended yarn you grab it with your right hand. So you make sure you're having a lot of yarn, and then you wrap it around your left hand and bring it back to where you're holding. Bring it back to the tail, that tail. Then you don't want it to be in front, we want it to be at the back. So we're going to drag the long tail, we drag it to the back, we hold it down with our middle finger. So after doing that, you ensure that it's already at the back. That line in the middle, you grab it. You also grab it together with the tail you were holding initially. So you grab it together and drag it. It gives you a knot, and then you have your slip knot. Grab your hook and insert into the loop of the chain that we made earlier, the knot we made earlier. Make sure you are not strangling your hook. Make sure the yarn is not too tight, the loop is not too tight. Now you grab your yarn and insert in between your pinky finger and your ring finger. Make sure you're securing it together, you're holding it together like just like that. You now wrap around your index finger. Make sure it is firm and secured. Then you check to make sure your yarn is not too tight. You don't want it to be too loose, you want it to be secured. You want to pull it to make sure it is secure. Then you hold it with your thumb and your middle finger. Once you are ensured that you're holding your yarn properly, now you are ready to make your chains. Now make sure you check that your yarn is not strangling your hook. Make sure your yarn is loose. Make sure you could still see some space in between the yarn and the hook. Then you grab your yarn, and the pointy part of the hook on the yarn must always face upward. So you yarn over. Now this time it's facing downward. Then you drag to pull out from that loop. Then you have your chain one. Always ensure to hold your work down, just as you can see so on this video. You keep doing that. You see, make sure that your hook is not too strangled. Make sure you can see some space between the hook and the yarn. Make sure your hook can move in freely on your yarn. So you continue doing that to make up chains that is enough for you to make whatever project that you want to make. You can continue doing this. This is our foundation chain. This is our foundation chain for your project. You can use this to make any design or any pattern that you want to make. This is our foundation chain. Now this is what our work looks like after we have completely followed all the instruction given in this video. Row 2. We want to start working into the chains that we made earlier. Now we skipped chain 1. We skipped one chain. We inserted into the next chain on our work. We yarn over, pull out from that chain that we worked before, next to the one we skipped. Now that we have done that, we have 3 loops on the hook. We have 3 loops on the hook. So this is the 3 loops on the hook. We're checking to be sure. 1, 2, and 3. Beautiful. So we have 3 loops on the hook. Now we are going to yarn over and pull through 2 chains to have 2 more chains on the hook. Now that we have 2 extra chains, we are going to yarn over our work. These are the 2 extra chains. We yarn over our work and pull out to have 1 chain left. Now this is our first double crochet. This is our first double crochet. We yarn over. This is a loop. This is a chain we are inserting our hook into. So we insert and we pull. We yarn over to pull out from that chain. We hold down the work. We hold down the chain to have 3 loops on the hook again. So we yarn over and pull through 2 yarn over and pull through the remaining 2, and then we repeat this till we get to the end of the chain. Now we chain 2 after the end of our first row. We turn our work. This is what our chain 2 will look like. The chain 2 is the beginning of the next row, so in order to continue you have to turn your work. Grab your hook, insert into the loop, and yarn over to insert into the visible chain in front of you. You see it very visible. Now our work will be easier to work with because the chains that will be inserting our hooks will now be very visible. As you can see, this chain is very visible. So we yarn over, insert into that chain, yarn over and pull out the loop to have 3 loops on our hook. We yarn over to pull out to have 2 loops. Yarn over, then you have only 1 hook. Only 1 loop on your hook. We yarn over and insert into our next visible chain. Then we repeat the process until we get our satisfied rows. This is a motivation to let you know that you can do it. Keep practicing and you get to your end goal. Thank you for watching. Bye.